You look happy as always. The boss says he needs another video done real soon. The topic is Roman. Anything to do with that. You think you have that covered?
Please, no more videos. I just want to go home.
Says here your contract expires after this. This is your last video. Make it a good one, and we won't have to see you anymore. Remember our motto. What Black Hood wants is what Black Hood gets. Toodles. My king. I have given him your orders. He's going to make another video as we speak. Well, I've been trapped in the spirit dungeon for 5 years, and it would be very nice to have some food and water. I really need to think of a good idea here, or I might be trapped here until I'm dead. Eureka! I have the perfect plan! Let's do this. What's up, guys? It's me, Julius Caesar. We have to get a couple things straight off the bat. One, yes, I'm wearing my mom's hair ties around the fisticuffs because otherwise they fall off. Two, yes, I'm filming in my bathroom. Three, yes, you can see my chest. Try not to let that distract you. And four, yes, that intro I did was very confusing and very weird. Try not to think about it too much. Today we're going to be talking about the differences between the Greek and Roman gods. You might think that there is not that much of a difference and that they just have different names. I can assure you that that is not true. There is a vast difference between most of the gods. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Without further ado, let's get into the do. First, we're going to be talking about the big three of the Greek and Roman gods. The first being Zeus/Jupiter, Poseidon/Neptune, and Hades/Pluto. Let's get right into the jerpsh. The king of the gods in Greek mythology is Zeus, who is the god of the sky and lightning. He is a total Chad. He does whatever he wants, and he has an extremely unquenchable sexual appetite. Jupiter is the king of gods in Roman mythology. He is just like Zeus, but he's not as cool, not as strong, not as powerful, not as worshipped, and he doesn't have as much of a sexual appetite. So, I mean, maybe he's better. I don't know. Poseidon is the Greek god of the ocean. He's extremely powerful. He has a magic trident, and he rules over Atlantis. So that's all epic. Then we have Dumpy Neptune, who's the Roman god of water and also horses for some reason. The Romans did not like to sail, so their god of water was not that important to them whatsoever. So now we were left with this guy. What a loser. Hades is the Greek god of the underworld. He's ruthless, he's evil, but don't mix him up with Satan because he's just a guy who hates his job. In Roman mythology, the god of the underworld is Pluto, who is not as much as the god of the underworld as he is the god of riches because he's underground all the time. So they turned their death figure into just a money hoarder, which it's just nothing. Other than the big three, there are some other important gods to talk about, namely Ares, the god of war in Greek, and Mars, the god of war in Roman, and Hera, the goddess of family in Greek, and Juno, the goddess of also family in Roman. The Greek god of war is Ares. He is bloodthirsty, a tyrant, and completely chaotic. In Greek mythology, that's all he is. He's just the god of war. I mean, yeah, he's important, but he's not that important. Romulus and Remus, the two people that created Rome, they were brothers. Their father was Mars, which is Roman's Ares. So in Roman mythology and in their culture and their religion, Mars was their king of the gods, not really Jupiter, because he was the father of their entire civilization. That is also because if you look at it in a deeper sense, it's because the Romans were more bloodthirsty and more violent, and so obviously their god of war would be more important than the god of lightning. In Greek mythology, the goddess of fertility and family is Hera, who is married to Zeus. She puts up with Zeus's sexual antics because she just doesn't care that much, and when she does, she gets in a huge argument. And then there's Juno, the Roman goddess of family. She does not put up with Jupiter's crap. Instead, she puts her foot down. So there's a big difference there, I would say. There's some other gods that we can list their different names. There's Hermes, the messenger god, versus Mercury, the Roman god of also messaging. Then there's the Greek goddess of love, Aphrodite, versus the Roman goddess of love, Venus. The Greek god of welding and forgery, Hephaestus, versus the Roman god of forgery, Vulcan. The Greek goddess of the hunt, Artemis, versus the Roman goddess of the hunt and also the moon, Diana. And don't ask me what's going on in this picture. I don't know. And lastly, Apollo, the jack of all trades in both Greek and Roman culture. He doesn't have a different name. He's just Apollo. So yeah, Apollo versus Apollo. It's important to look at the differences between the Greek and Roman gods because the differences showcase what the Greeks and Romans were like. In a lot of ways, their different religions were almost a reflection of their entire cultures. That is why it's interesting to see the differences. Like, for example, the Poseidon and Neptune case, where Poseidon in Greek mythology is super important, and Poseidon in Roman mythology, aka Neptune, is basically nothing. And then also in Greek mythology, where Ares, the god of war, is just the god of war, and then in Roman mythology, where he's like the father of their entire nation. It's just interesting to look at. Also, I'm dressed as Julius Caesar, and that's funny. First, we're going to be talking about the big three of the Greek and Roman gods. The first is Zeus/Jupiter. It's important to look at the differences between the Greek and Roman gods because the Greek and Roman gods show a lot of what Greek and Romans.
So yeah, basically video's over. We're done. See ya.